Are we ready? Am I live? I'm live? Okay, no problem. Good morning, everybody. I'm Kurt Bernhardt. I'm the Executive Director of Education Technology for the State Department of Ed. So I handle any technology needs as the state. I work with districts as far as broadband connections go, and I work with teachers as far as instructional technology in the classroom. This session is about engaging students with technology, so who's ready to take a test? The first 40 people that walked in got a card. It's called Plickers. Unfortunately, I only have 40, so if you go to plickers.com, this is all free. It's a great assessment tool just to assess students during a session, at the end of a session, to kind of learn what they picked up. Next, for those on the webcast, I'll be walking around here, so sometimes you won't see me. I'm going to show you how easy this is. If you go to plickers.com, you have to create an account. Oh, I need to sign in. I didn't sign in beforehand. Apologize. Take me just a second. Grab my handy-dandy iPad with access to passwords and other things. Take just a second here. There might be a couple more seats around. This is also being live cast. If you know where the live, there should be a room around here. I'm not sure where it is. Just down the hall. Just a second here. I failed to log in before the session. Get logged in real quick. But with Plickers, you just log into plickers.com. Like I said, this is all free. If you go over to cards, at the top right, go to cards. This is actually something you just print out in 8.5 by 11 pieces of paper. That's what I originally did to start off with. You can print them off different sets for different classes, whatever you need. If you'd laminate them, very important piece of advice, don't use glossy laminate. It needs to be a matte laminate, otherwise the lights in the room can interfere with the technology. But if you want the cards that I handed out that 40 some odd people got, those are ones you can buy on Amazon for $20 for the set.
How many cards was that?
40%. There is online, you've got a 63, you've got one that has a larger capacity for 63 students, but typically 40 is all you need. Then what I did is I set up my classes, so I created an Engage 2016 class. For those that have a card, you get to know what your name is for this next hour. So I basically entered the student names based on the cards. So number 1 is always going to be Tommy. Number 2 is always going to be Jenny. And so you assign your class set. Then you go to your library and you basically create your questions. You can have a database that you accumulate over the years or whatever it might be of all your different questions. And then you have to go build a queue. You basically have to build a test. So I'm going to do that real quick with some questions I already created. Don't look, you'll see the answers. You can cheat. So let me build I'm building building my quiz over here just by choosing questions. How many do we need? I'll put 4 on there. May not go through all 4, so I've built my quiz. I'm ready to roll. I'm going to click over to live view so that y'all can see. And all the technology that's required, the teacher needs a smartphone. It needs to be iOS or Android. And there is a there's a Plickers app on those stores. Grab my phone real quick. So once you have your test set up, you go to the Plickers app. I choose my test. I click on the first question, and then it's going to come up here on the screen. And so the first question, what does a GB stand for with smartphone tablet memory? And so anybody that has a Plickers card, you'll note, first of all, it's got your number on it that identifies you as a student. So then you've got A, B, C, or D on either side. So you turn so that your answer is on top, and then hold your card up. And then with my phone, I'm just going to go around the room, and let's see if it works. You do need a well-lit room, too, I found out. But I'm basically going around and it's checking off those people as I get your answer. And so I think I'm missing 16, but 23. Who's 23? So I'm not getting 20. Oh, got 23. Oh, who's got 24? Anybody? Okay. Well, that gives you an idea. So there's the. This is going to be a little bit annoying running back here, but. So basically I can flip over to the graph, and then that shows me what everybody answered. Then I can click Reveal Answer, and it shows me what the correct answer is. So this is Plickers, or paper clickers, I believe is what Plickers stands for. Then on my phone, I would just switch to the next question. Oh, let's see. Who knows their presidents in here? So here's the next question. But all the technology is needed is just a smartphone and the app, and it's all free. But it's a great way of checking everybody.
Will it work on an iPad, or do you have to?
No, you can use an iPad also. It will work on tablets also. Just need a camera is all you need, and the app. Yep, Android tablets or smartphones. Android or iOS tablets or smartphones. So, but that's Plickers. Okay, now for the next one, everybody needs a smartphone. Everybody needs an internet-connected device, actually, I guess I should say. It does not have to be a phone. It could be a tablet or anything. Next one is Kahoot. Who in here knows about Kahoot? Oh, quite a few. I'm not sure this is even worth going through, but we'll go through it. Okay, we'll go through it. So if you get your iPhone out, or get your internet-connected device out. Any internet-connected device, could be a Chromebook, could be a smartphone or a tablet. The website the teacher goes to is getkahoot.com. That's how you set up an account and how you create your quiz. The website that I'm going to need you to go to is kahoot.it. It's Kahoot, Kahoot.it. And unfortunately, I also failed to log into this. Let me go to get Kahoot. Oh, not sign up. Yeah, be that way. Sign in. Just a second while I log in. So it's very easy to create. You can actually add graphics to this quiz, and this is more like a game. This is an assessment, but it's also a game. It's fun for the kids, competitive. You just simply go to Kahoot, you create your questions, add images if you want, and create your answers. Then I've got one set up already that I'm going to demo. So if everybody's got their devices ready, I'm going to click play. There's two options. One's for one-to-one devices, or one's if you have just a handful of devices and you want to have team mode. I'm going to click on Classic. This is a geography test. So, and it does get harder, and from other ones, the last one's really tends to get. So you need to enter that number, and then it's going to ask you for a username. Just create a username, whatever you want to create. And then it's going to pop your name up there whenever, as you log in. So this is, like I said, this is competitive, and it'll show the top 5 scores at the end. You get a higher score if you answer quicker. So you want to be speedy. Speed is the goal. 40 players, 43. Whenever you create the questions, you decide how long you want to give them to answer. I set all these to be 20 seconds, so you'll have 20 seconds to answer. And the score is cumulative, so it will keep adding up the score to see who's the final winner. We can get a little competitive in here. Okay, is everybody logged in? Are we ready to play? Okay, I'm going to hit start. It'll take a few seconds. It'll give you the first question, then give you a few seconds to read it, and then it'll give you the answers. And you have to hit the color coordinating to the answer on the screen. Here we go. Whoop. Last minute entry. What is the capital of Texas? Uh-oh, you may have to stand up to see the answers. Five seconds left. Somebody didn't answer. A couple of people. Okay, 38 people got it right. Let's see who was the fastest. Jeremy is in the lead. Okay, next question. Longest river. And I should have said longest river in the United States.
Really good.
All right, 40 people got it. Let's see if Jeremy is keeping the lead. Nope, Justin's taking the lead.
Still at night. I didn't change.
Okay, next question. Do you know your state shapes and locations? Four seconds. Up. 31 got it right. And Justin's still on top. Ready for the fourth one? Fourth question. What is the smallest state? 37 got Rhode Island. Let's see. Oh, man, Justin's still up there. Patty's close behind. Are we ready for the last question? Here we go. It's a little tougher. Which state contains the tallest, highest elevation? It's Alaska. Only 19 got that one. Let's see if... Oh, and Justin's still at the top. Good job, Justin. Patty's second. So that is Kahoot, and it's all free. Just go to... just the satisfaction that you're top. But that's all free. Just go to getkahoot.com and create an account. Just some other things I'm going to throw out there. Talk about engaging students with technology. If they've got devices or access, Wikipedia is a good online encyclopedia, although it gets a bad rap for not being accurate. But it is actually very accurate. They've done all kinds of studies on it. But Google Earth, to me, I was helping my wife set up her classroom this weekend, and she got rid of one of her globes that still had USSR on there. And I was like, to me, this is always current, always accessible, easy to use, great to use. You can, if you've got a tablet or a computer or whatever, spin the earth around.
Interruption. Just a reminder that when this current session has concluded, the food trucks will be out of the school. Thank you so much.
Somewhere. Somewhere outside. Depending on which door you go out. North side? Okay, north side of the school. Okay, but Google Earth's a great tool for exploring the earth. Zoom in, see pictures from all over the world. Google Expeditions. Who's heard of Google Expeditions? Fairly new. You'll need a virtual reality headset similar to this. You can go get Google Cardboard for very cheap on Amazon.com. This is basically designed so that you can snap you suction cup a smartphone to it. Some of the covers. Yeah, some of the cover. My phone will not fit in it unless I remove it from my case. So remove it from the case. Right now, unfortunately, it's only Android, but the iOS app is coming soon. So you'll have smartphone, either Android or iOS. But you basically put your phone in here, you download the Google Expeditions app, put it in here, your students can look around. Google's basically created all different types of lessons, so you can go see historical places or whatever. The one they demoed at a conference recently was astronomy, and basically you looked around at the stars, but then it popped up facts, just different facts about what's going on. So that as you look around, it was kind of a...
How much that cost with the Google Cardboard?
I think, so yeah, it's under, $10.
The Viewmaster one, which is similar to the one
Right.
Holding, is $12 on Amazon, which is the same price as the cardboard.
Viewmaster.
I ordered one, yeah.
Okay.
So I have the cardboard, and I got it in, and it's nice.
Is it nice?
Yeah, and it has some, works with the different apps.
Okay.
It has its own apps.
Okay, great.
What do you like best?
So-
Well, that one's gonna hold up more.
Yeah, it's plastic, yeah, whereas
You don't have to put it together.
yeah, Google Cardboard it's a piece of cardboard with plastic lenses, basically, and you have to fold it and put it together. Whereas the Viewmaster is already built and it's made out of plastic, so it probably would last longer. This happens to be one you could win at the show I was at, so I picked up that one. But there's also other apps if you search, right now there's apps on the iOS store, just different virtual reality apps. But the Expeditions is set up to be lessons and everything else. So it's great. Khan Academy, just mentioned that. I'm sure a lot of you know about Khan Academy. It's a great place to go for short videos on all different subjects, math, science, whatever. It's all free. So there's just a great way to learn. Mystery Skype. Who in here has used Mystery Skype? Out one. What have you? Can you explain what you did, or?
Well, we talked to a 6th grade class that was in a different state.
Okay. Okay. So basically, what you do is all the technology you need. This teacher has a laptop with a webcam set up at the front of her room. Then, if you go to mysteryskype.com, there's basically a database of teachers who've signed up. And so you go find a 3rd grade math teacher, whatever it might be, somewhere else in the country or world. There are international locations, and you basically talk to that teacher ahead of time and set up a plan, and then you connect your students together, basically. And I don't know, the two things I've heard used most often is basically play a game where you try to guess where the other students are from just by asking questions. Or there's another one where you have an object and you hide it in a box and you try to guess, each side tries to guess what the object is in the box by asking questions. But this is just a great way to get to know students in another state. I mean, just can have pen pals basically from somewhere else. I haven't heard anybody yet that's done an international one. It'd be a little bit tough because of the time difference. You'd have to do it in the morning here, and it'd be afternoon overseas. But if you ever do that, let me know. I'd like to know how it goes. But it could be a cultural opportunity. So what did you do when you had the two classes connected?
We were studying mythology, and another teacher was studying mythology too. So we just kind of showed each other our projects and just had a little presentation. It was pretty cool.
Okay, so it's basically presenting to each other across the connection. I mean, it just takes basically Skype. You're connecting via Skype, so video. Great. But that's Mystery Skype. Anybody in here use Seesaw? Anybody in here create digital portfolios for their kids? One thing that's becoming more and more popular is allowing your children to have a digital presence online. I mean, to me, that's the way things are going. Seesaw is an app that allows that. Basically, they do different assignments. It can be blog posts. It can be pictures that the teacher posts up there. And then parents can come log in a secure site and basically see what their students are doing. So it's a great way to engage parents and engage students. And Seesaw is the one that I've heard that's a great app to do that with. But there's quite a few others. YouTube, a lot of content out there for educators. There's actually an education channel if you go to youtube.com/education. I did, and let's see, I want to share this with everybody because I learned, I have problems with YouTube. Of course, if everybody's familiar with YouTube, you can't control what pops up on the right side of the screen. Somebody else in Sallisaw last week shared this website with me. Let me look it up real quick. It's called safeshare.tv. Safeshare.tv, you can basically go in there and plug the URL in from any YouTube video or Vimeo video, and it will, I have yet to try this, it will remove all the ads and everything and won't have any additional videos on the side. So it just gives you your content only, which is nice. So that's safeshare.tv. If you've got devices, tablets, to me they're great ways of creating content. There's all different types of apps on iOS and Android. Some of the ones I just pulled up on here was there's a couple of different comic book apps that allow your kids to make comic strips. Basically, they take pictures. It reduces the resolution so that it looks like a comic book, and then they add the bubbles and basically create a story. Puppet Pals, kind of a cute little app that allows you to create a little puppet show, and you add your voice to the puppets. And then iMovies, I just throw up. There's YouTube, all other different types of video creation that can happen on a tablet or a smartphone. Osmo, this is for the younger grades. I did bring one of these. This requires an iPad. Basically, it's got a stand. You put your iPad in it without a case. I can't demonstrate it. Then this actually fits over the camera, and it allows the iPad to see what's in front of it. And then you've got different programs, different kits that you can buy. This is a set I bought that came with the stand in these 3 kits. I think it was $80, I believe. Maybe a little bit more. But the different kits, like I said, these are for primary kids. You've got apps that are free on the iPad that allow you to do words, numbers, tangrams. And so basically, with the aid of that camera, it can actually see what letters they place down. So you have spelling words on the screen, and they basically have to spell, or you have a picture on the screen of what the spelling word is. They have to spell the word, and it just helps. There's just different games that allow them to test things. Or like numbers, you basically got a multiplication problem with one number missing. You've got to fill in the missing number. But that's Osmo. They've got some new kits. They've got a drawing one, and then they've got Newton, a science one, and then they just came out with a coding one just a month ago that you can buy that allows them to learn coding by snapping blocks together. And they push play, and it runs through the code. So that's Osmo. I don't know why I'm grabbing an iPad.
The coding one's Osmo also?
Yes, it's all Osmo. You can go to playosmo.com and find all those, or you can look at them on Amazon. All these things I've purchased on Amazon. Brain Pop, I'm impressed. If anybody familiar with Brain Pop? Anybody use it in their class? Basically, there's a free video of the day that you can use for free. There's also quite a bit of content for free. There is a paid account that gives you access to everything. It's $220, which is kind of pricey. What I was telling my wife is she could put that as, she has a wish list that she does every year, and try to get maybe 3 or 4 parents to go in and purchase a subscription to it. But I was going to show you the website. It used to just be a video and then a quiz after it. But now they've added so much content, and then they're adding all types of different activities. Here's one learning about cloud computing. I'll just play the first part of this just so you get an idea. It's basically a kid and his robot. In 5 minutes or less, they tell you all kinds of facts about the subject. This is 4 minutes and 18 seconds.
Take a load off and have some coconut juice. What's with all the hardware anyway? Digital photos, music library with every Hillbot song ever, secret plans to build a giant laser. This might be a good time for that letter. Dear Tim and Moby, can you do a movie on cloud computing? Thanks, Raynard. Moby could use some help from the cloud. His data files are local. They exist only on his laptop, plus the disks and drives he saved copies on. If anything happened to those devices, he could kiss his stuff goodbye. Now, imagine your data lived up in the sky, far away from swimming pools and clumsy robots. Whenever you needed it, you could simply reach up and pluck the data out of the air, no matter where you were. That's cloud computing, my friend. Yeah, the cloud is just a metaphor. The data isn't really floating in the sky. It's stored in places called data centers, warehouses filled with rows of powerful computers.
So that gives you an idea. Basically, gives you a video that teaches you a lesson. But then besides just the quiz, they've got things where you can make a map. Basically, make a map of what you learned by using boxes and lines. They've got games based on that topic. If you want to dig into more information, they've got a lot more in-depth information. So they've really added quite a bit, and they keep adding lessons all the time. So impressed with what they've done. Whoops, and they have additional activities. So it really continues to grow what you can do with that. That's Brain Pop. Next, code.org. Who's in here? Who's familiar with code.org in here? It's a great way of getting students started in programming. Code.org kind of started out with an hour of code that happens every December. I believe it's the second week of December where they try to get every kid to at least try programming for an hour. So they created all these different lessons that are basically an hour's length to run through programming. And it's all based, well, the hour of code is based on Blockly languages, which are easy to learn languages where you snap together blocks. Sorry, this isn't very set up well with the computer at the back of the room, but if you go to code.org, go under Learn, you've got Hour of Code. Code Studio is also an area where you can get a lot more longer lessons and everything else for middle school, high school, elementary. But I'll show you Hour of Code just to give you an idea. Go to Elsa. Starts out the little intro video talking about basically being a computer science major.
Fourth grade.
I was in 8th grade when I learned to program. I got my first computer when I was in 6th grade.
What gets me excited is being able to fix people's problems.
You can express yourself. You can build things from an idea.
Computer science is the basis for a lot of the things that college students and professionals will do for the next 20 or 30 years.
I like programming because I like helping people. So I get the opportunity to build something that's going to make people's lives easier.
I think it's the closest thing we have to a superpower.
Getting started is the most important part.
I'm a beginner myself, and I want you to learn with me.
So it gives you a little intro video, and then it gives you this one happens to have 20 different tasks. Starts out very basic. First program is just to make her walk a line. So I drag these blocks over here. It says when I click run, move forward 100 pixels. So click run, she moves forward, and congratulations, I just completed the puzzle. Whoops, as I accidentally hit the next one. Then it just steps you up. By the time you get to 20, you're learning actual things that programmers really use, like loops and other things. This one's making a turn, so I move forward 100, I turn right. All these things give me the ability to change things. So if I happen to say turn left, I go ahead and hit run. Elsa is going to turn that way and go that way, which is the wrong way, and tells me not quite. So I come in here, I change my program, then hit run again, and then she's going to do it right. And if you click on this show code, it actually shows you the JavaScript that you're actually writing. So you are actually writing a real computer language, and you are learning by doing this simple programming, this simple tutorial. So within an hour, you're actually learning quite a bit about programming. So I would encourage you to do that for your kids if you just need access to computers connected to the internet. But that's code.org. Scratch, mit.scratch.edu is another great website. It uses a very similar Blockly language. There are right now 15.8 million different programs that students have created. It's got an online database of all those programs. You can take those programs and deconstruct them and look at them and see what they did. Then you can take it as your own. You can save it as your copy, and then you can make changes. But that's scratch.mit.edu. There's 15 million different ones. I've actually done programming in the past, and one of the easiest ways to learn programming is to deconstruct somebody else's program, learn how they did something. So you can come here and choose any of these different these different programs that people have created. And you can first click run and see what it does. It's a cat flying over buildings, it looks like. But then you click see inside. And here's actually a very short, simple program that this person created to create that program. So you can actually disassemble it, add new things in, whatever it might be. Oh, and I think I just I'm making the cat turn. So, a very good way to learn. I can change numbers and to see how the program changes. So, that is Scratch. There's also a Scratch Junior on iOS and Android devices. It's basically for younger kids, even younger kids. So
So what would you say the age would be for Scratch versus Scratch Junior?
Scratch Junior, I mean, it'd probably be PK to 2. Scratch, I mean, adults can have fun with that. You can do some pretty amazing things. It can be all ages. Hopscotch is another programming language that's on iOS tablets. It's very similar. It's got a community also where a bunch of people create programs. As soon as I walk up here, I'm going to need the computer again. But web languages for the older kids, I mean, you can be teaching them JavaScript, HTML. That code.org has quite a few JavaScript programs that teaches them how to program JavaScript, a very valuable language that is used today by many web programmers. Couple of games. Minecraft EDU. If you go to education.minecraft.net, they have an education version of Minecraft, and it gives teachers controls so they can prevent the students from doing things like the regular Minecraft. Everybody familiar with Minecraft, I assume? It's just a great 3D virtual world that you can construct anything with, basically mine for resources and then build things. The teacher version has this little control panel. Like the regular Minecraft has TNT, so students could blow up each other's houses or whatever it might be. You can come in here and turn it off so they can't do that. So it just gives you controls. But there's actually a Google group, Minecraft Teachers Google group, that shows how different teachers around the world are using Minecraft around the country. I don't know about world, but Kerbal, Kerbal, it's cute little androids. Their mission in life is to get a ship to leave the planet Earth and go up into the atmosphere and orbit the Earth. It's using real-world physics. They've had lessons designed by NASA. You can go in here and they've got lessons from age 5 all the way up to 18. Just a bunch of different missions on how to create a spacecraft that can actually launch into space. So, but it's real-world physics. It's $17 per license, or I guess you can get 25 for $330. Robots, there's all different types of robots that students can learn how to program. This is Dash and Dot. This is designed for the younger kids, for PK through 2 or 3 on up. It has an iOS and Android app that allows you to do, again, using a Blockly language, allows you to drag blocks over and create a program and then hit play, and the robot's going to act out whatever you tell it to. Ozobot, I'll mention that briefly. It's just a little robot that I've got over here somewhere. It reads the colors that it's driving on. Basically, it runs on black lines. If you could put a piece of butcher paper down, you can create black lines that'll follow the lines, and then you give it codes, color codes that tell it to do different things. Turn right, turn left, spin around, whatever it might be. It's a little $50 robot. I bought it on Amazon. That's Ozobot. Sphero. I bought my son Sphero so that I could have demos. But this is basically a rolling robot. It's made out of polycarbonate. It's very tough. I've bought a little sleeve to help it drive on slick floors. See if it's got power, but you can program it with iOS or Android devices. There's all different types of apps. There's different games. There's one Hot Potato that I've played with kids. basically pass it around until it starts vibrating faster or whatever, changing colors. But you can program it just like all the others. There's an app called Tickle that allows you to do Blockly languages to control it. There's also Orb Basic that basically allows you to use the basic programming language to control it. But again, these are all just designed so that kids can learn how to program and learn how to control things. This is Lego Mindstorms, kind of the high end of the robot world. It's $380 per kit, but you can build all different types of things, and it's got sensors that it can detect different things, detect colors and other things. That's Lego Mindstorms. And that's all I had. What questions do we have? Science Buddies, no. What? Bristle bots? No, I haven't. What is it?
They're toothbrushes that you cut the stem of the toothbrush off and they roll around on the teeth of the
Oh, really?
toothbrush and you put a little motor to it and we do races.
Oh, that's cool. So it's called Bristle bots? And you program them, or what do you do to?
No,
You just.
You just turn them on with their little mechanism that makes them move.
Okay.
It's still a motor.
Yeah.
It's not the programming.
Well, but it's still, that's learn how.
It's just making a toothbrush move around.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Bristle bots. Okay, what else?
A larger scrub brush. A bigger one.
And so where do you get the,
Science Buddies.
Science Buddies?
They're about, I'm thinking some of them were $75 and some of them are $150, so it just depends on which one you're getting.
Okay, $75 to $150. Okay. Anything else? Any other technology you're using in the classroom?
Do you have to get on Scratch to do the Makey Makeys?
Makey Makey, no. Makey Makey is just a community. There's different programs that are out there. You can just go to makeymakey.com, and they've got all types of different programs that you can run basically using the Makey Makey. But you could probably create something on Scratch, because there is, I mean, I've set it up to test it out. I did was that here, or that was the makerspace session? Yeah, Makey Makey is just a little further. For those who don't know, it's a board that you hook up to a computer, and then you can do different things. You can play. I've got a banana piano set up here. You can play a piano using bananas or anything else that conducts electricity. But it does. I've used a Scratch program for Mario, and actually made Play-Doh buttons and controlled Mario using Play-Doh through using a Makey Makey. But yeah, that's a good $50 device that really gets imaginations going. Yep.
Was at the classroom conference last week, and they had one that they did was called Pics.
Pics.
Where you can take a picture of something and then you basically draw a line,
Mm-hmm.
record a voice, or record over into it, and then it makes the whatever.
The mouth move. Yeah, that's iOS and Android. I don't know if they have an Android Pics. Pics is at least an iOS app. I don't know if it's an Android app also. It allows you to take a cat or whatever, a picture of a cat, and then you draw a line, and it basically determines where the mouth is. Then you add your voice, and it'll make the mouth move. So it's very cute, very fun for the kids. What other things? Other apps, other devices? Nothing else? Please, if you can pass the clicker cards down or something, so I need to hang on to those. Here's my contact information. If you have any questions, have any ideas that you want to share with me, I can share with the world. That would be great. Thank you very much.
My name's Anderson.
Oh, Kurt.
I'm a brand new teacher, and someone gave me the idea of Quizlet.
Quizlet?
What
Okay.
is that?
It is an app.
I'm a science teacher.
Okay.
And they're supposed to use Chromebook.
Okay. Yeah, it is. I think it's web-based. Yeah, it's web-based.
What is it?
It's basically just a quiz, kind of like if you saw Plickers, and it's basically.
All this is brand new.
Okay, yeah, it's basically just an app that allows you to create a quiz, an online
That's
quiz.
all it is.
Yeah.
And nothing animated, it was just a...
I haven't used it. I need to use it. I'm not sure exactly.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Yeah, check it out.
Is it worthwhile using the classes rules?
Oh, I think so. Anything like that engages the students. I mean, with the Plickers, my wife's third grade teacher, her fellow teacher uses them, and she tapes them to the back of the journal, their journal, and anytime she wants to quiz them, she just says, pull out your journal, but they ask her for, can we take a quiz now? Can we take a quiz now? I mean, isn't that great? You always want them to do that. It's like, we want you to quiz us.
I think I'm gonna make my pre-test.
Question.
Uh-huh.
I do a deal where I have my kids ask questions of anyone, famous people, all whatever.
Yeah.
And we FaceTime.
Oh.
We FaceTime the interview. Is there a way to internally save either FaceTime or Skype? Because I don't want to do 4 interviews, for
Right.
a day. So what I'm doing now is I have the TV. I do it on an Apple TV, the FaceTime.
Okay.
And then I record the FaceTime on another device.
Ah.
So it's
Okay.
like it's one of those things.
I haven't ever tried to. I would think you could record a FaceTime, but I don't know.
And I've looked it up, and
Can't?
it's like,
Okay.
well,
Yeah.
nobody seems to know because.
So how do you find these? How do you find these people? Is it
people I've learned
okay?
over
Just
the
met.
past.
Okay.
And then the other thing is, I just wing it, and we'll say, okay, what do we do? And there's
That's
some
a
people
great-
like we did that podcast with Serial. I contacted them and said, hey, this is what we're doing. They said, no, we're not interested at this time. But then I've gotten authors, I've gotten
Wow.
other people. And
That's great.
It's really cool.
That's excellent.
I teach history, so it's a lot of people. Okay, we lived during the Depression. And it's cute. I mean,
Yeah,
kids
that's great.
But the kids ask the questions. I send the questions to the people so that they're not caught off
Right.
guard.
Right.
But
Okay. Thank you.
the
Okay. Yeah.
trouble-
That's fine.
The
Thank
trouble
you.
is the recording of it.
Right.
Because it looks hokey. I mean, it doesn't look
Yeah.
good. But
And
I just didn't
Skype
know.
doesn't have a way to record either.
Not internally that we've been able to figure out. I didn't know if there was another program.
Yeah.
Hangouts on air. Have you used it?
Yeah. Google Hangouts does allow you to record.
Okay, I'll try that. That'd be good.
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing. Because it just doesn't look good. Because this year we're going to transfer it over into putting it on our websites. Let the parents see.
Yeah.
I'm not comfortable with it. Just the sloppiness of the two.
Right.
But it's fun.
Yeah.
It's easy to do.
Yeah. That's a great idea. Thank you.
I just want to touch base and
Yes.
say sometime when you're after the next few weeks,
Right.
because I know you guys are busy and then we start ours next week.
Oh, do you?
You
Yep.
need to drop by the office sometime. and
Absolutely,
see-
I want to, and I've
Yeah.
heard amazing things about your office. It's a pretty creative office,
It
from
is
what
a
I
very
understand.
creative office, it is,
Yeah.
but I enjoyed, thank you. I've got one new one that I'd never heard of before, the
Okay.
one with the NASA, so.
Oh, Kerbal. Mm-hmm.
Terrible. The rest of them I've heard of, may not have used, but I've
Right.
heard of, so.
Great.
Lots of neat stuff, thank you.
Yep. Great. Thank you, and I will definitely take you up on that offer. Let's see. Am I still streaming? I guess I need to. I don't know. They just set this up and
Let it go?
let it go. Yeah.
We better watch what we say.
Yeah. I need to turn my microphone off.